I did not check the temperature. No hat, no water, umbrella, no watch. I just drove out and I got zapped. Yes, I got zapped. It was this last Friday afternoon. I took my car to buy some shoes. 5 miles away, parked and walked and walked and walked to where all the shoe stores seemed to be closed. And to my dismay, I said to myself, it's time to go back home, drive back home. What's going on? Well, yes, such men. Oh, GAYA. 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 A Gap store sign called for me. I entered the place and looked around, but things I don't recall. Took back, I crossed the street and knew right away that something was wrong. I said to myself, what's going on with this aspect? Oh, GAYA. At the street corner, standing under a tree, empty my purse 1,000 times. But my brain, there were no car keys. The street corner, standing under a tree, empty my purse 1,000 times. But there were no car keys. Where did they run to? My brain told me to retrace my steps, but logic was gone with the wind. What wind? And sweat. There were not even any drops I could drink of. Oh, GAYA. Oh, yes, husband. Oh, GAYA. Yes, husband. Oh, GAYA. Suddenly a big crowd surrounded me as I grabbed my 2 heavy bags and crossed the street and asked the manager, Marisa, have you seen my car keys? She told me to look around. Are you kidding me? So I searched everywhere, underwear, beneath the rest. What a racket! As I was about to fade. Yes, such men. Oh, GAYA. Yes, such men. Oh, GAYA. Oh, yes, such men. Oh, GAYA. Oh, GAYA. Yes, such men. Oh, GAYA. Then I heard an angel singing Elizabeth, and barely able to see an older lady smile pointing down. The keys were on the floor. Do you believe that? The keys were on the floor all the time. And I said to myself, oh, yes, that's me. Oh, GAYA. What's going on? What's going on? Oh, yes, that's me. Oh, GAYA. It could have been. What? Oh, we go shouting hallelujah. I grabbed that lady, picked her up, and gave her a big hug. Nothing to do with it. Hugs, like Miss Piggy. my bags but knew I could not. My feet were having a revolution. I could not take another step. Muje SACH me. Oh Gaya, the bags weigh 3 tons each. As I made it into a restaurant and asked for water. Stay there. Muje SACH me. Oh Gaya. I tipped the waitress and she said there is no need. Hours later, I got a hold of my bags and walked another to the Sahara Desert, somewhere in Dubai. Hours later, walked and walked, pushing my little keys for the alarm. I found my Mini Cooper, who knows, and managed to come back home. Muje SACH me. Oh Gaya, muje SACH me. Oh Gaya, muje SACH me. Oh Gaya, muje SACH me. Oh Gaya. I made it back home. Do you believe that? Muje SACH me. Oh Gaya, muje SACH me. Muje SACH me. Muje SACH me. Oh Gaya. No. This is an introduction. This song did really happen to me. And I did go through this. That's why I wrote this song as an introduction to the upcoming mini-series about heat stroke and heat exhaustion. The part where I drove, didn't check the temperature or anything, took any water or anything, that big mistake. No umbrella, nothing to cover me up, big mistake. Number 2, the body can shut down when I literally walked and the shoe stores that were there once in this galleria or plaza, outside, not inside, it was everything outdoors, were closed. That's already a sign that something is going on. Under 100 degrees perhaps, or 110 degrees. Here in California it's hot, but it's also dry. The part of confusion, disoriented, now I enter, instead of going, logic would say, take your car and go home. No, my logic was no longer there. So instead I enter a Gap store, thinking perhaps I could find some shoes, and I ended up buying where I should not. So logic is gone, common sense is gone, and now you find yourself like a zombie buying things that you don't even know what. This is a sign of severe dehydration, and it's already hit the part of your brain, the frontal. This will be discussed in the program. The upcoming program, the part that I crossed the street with bags, now the shopping bags felt heavier than usually. I was already having problems figuring out how to cross the street. The crosswalk not being run over, so I followed the pedestrians. I got to the corner, I knew something was wrong. I checked my purse 1,000 times, repetitive movements. The people are looking at me now. What is she doing? And I realized there were no car keys. Logic told me to cross the street, but I kept doing this. This is already a sign to get help and call for help. Then finally I crossed the street, managed to not even see my car keys that were right there in front of the counter's floor, and looked around like a dodo. The manager, sometimes people are not going to be there with you. Perhaps they're already suffering from this also. So don't expect people to be as sensible as they could be. Perhaps they're in the face of this situation. And the part where I enter a restaurant and tip the waitress, even though I sat there and just drank water. And then somehow managed to, hours later, you cannot keep track of time. But I did find a place to rest. I did drink water, rehydrated. and then managed to go back to wherever I had parked and come back home. That was a miracle. In this situation, I did do those things, but in your situation, if you happen to be in this, do not do that. Get help, call a family member or somebody to pick you up and take you home. For everybody has a different body and metabolism, and this is what's coming up. God bless you. Namaste.